there's one thing that compounds faster than money. And it's something that I've gotten to learn firsthand for the last few months and years now. So I'm 16. I make around 200,000 a month with my agency, and I've always been, quote, good at making money and scaling my business more than the people around me and more than the people my age, even in the business world. And I always thought that that was the goal and that's what made you valuable. But now realizing that that's so far from the truth. There's one thing that compounds faster than money, and that's goodwill and people liking you and your reputation. And I've seen it firsthand where there are places where I have a really good reputation. I walk into a room and I'm very respected and so on. And if I'm talked about in a room with those people, I will be highly talked about, and that grows faster. Because one person can tell 5 people about me, and those 5 people can tell another 5 people about me. But what can't grow by 25 times in a month is money. You can't scale money by 25 times every single month, right? And therefore, I think money grows fast, or say, relationships and goodwill and trust and reputation grows faster than money, but it's also easier to break, right? And I was too fixated on making money, where I would try to make a quick buck from a friend, or I would rather focus on saving $500 than helping a friend out where I know that it would be worth it. And it's a mistake that I made. There was not being too focused on money, but valuing money more than I value relationships, not understanding how the relationships can make me more money long term, but can also make me a happier man, and so on. So I'm switching to be more and more focused on specifically the relationship part, networking and meeting new people that I look up to and treating everybody right. There was a lot of times about a year to 2 years ago where I started making money and I got a really big ego, like a super bloated ego. And people would ask me questions, reach out for help, and I would talk in such a slimy way of like, I'm better than you, right? And this one guy reached out and said, hey, are you really making 15,000 a month as a 15-year-old? And I was like, no, I'm making 3 times that. And just such a sleazy message to write. And what I now realize is you want to treat everybody right, because there are people who might reach out to you when they're making no money, and if you treat them right, they're gonna remember that when they're making all the money in the world, and they can help you out. Or even if they don't help you out, you've made the world a better place, which truly matters. So that, coupled with the fact that now I take ethics and values and treating people right and putting people in a better spot than I first found them before any money I could ever make. And those two together, in my opinion, makes you a lot happier, makes you a lot of money, even though that's not the goal, makes you a lot more than you would make from just prioritizing money all the time. But it also gives you relationships that you can use way down the line. I've started making relationships with people where I could never imagine speaking to those people, and I used to see them on social media, I used to see them on YouTube, I would see them with famous people, and now they're people that I know one-on-one. And I would never have gotten those connections if I was just focused, head down, make money, don't talk to people. If people reach out to me, be a jerk, right? So that's what I learned. But it also goes with an audience. If I was to scale my personal brand, which I've been going back and forth on if I should do or not, but if I were to, I wouldn't sell anything, because I know that me just having that trust built up without trying to sell something would make me more money long term and more relationships and more goodwill than trying to sell $1,000 course or whatever would. With that said, I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Goodbye.